Patini. He's the head of research at WealthMills Securities, and he's going to help us really understand what to make of the markets when the Nifty has crossed 18,000 mark, what to expect going forward from here, and about those specific stocks that are in a true bull run at the moment as well. Mr. Patini, welcome to Business Today TV. Great to have you back with us. Thank you so much for being with us. So first up, your thoughts on that 18,000 mark after April that we've seen it getting achieved on the Nifty on the closing basis as well today. So what can you really expect going forward? Do we see fresh record highs also being made now in this year?
The kind of bounce back what we witnessed in Indian markets actually is phenomenal. Just 3 months back, if we observe the mood in the market, people are despondent where the market is going to be headed to be.
Yes.
Global ongoing crisis. Market was people are not expected this kind of market mood right now, and today Nifty decisively closing above 18,000 is a phenomenal mark for the Indian markets. As I kept on telling you, any fear monger in Indian market, it's a great opportunity for the investors to do the cherry picking, and that's what market is proven. And time and again, Indian market is proven that it is a resilient and a resurgent market. That's what we are witnessing. And how the things are going to be going ahead, it's always a difficult question to answer. But every dip going ahead is a very good opportunity for the investors to accumulate stocks and believe in India's growth story, and the long-term story is intact. Probably there are some kind of global factors that are going to be influencing the market on a negative side. But going ahead, markets are positive, and market gives a very good opportunity for the investors to create wealth in India. That's what I can tell to the retail investors are concerned in India.
Okay, so going forward, also buying on dips, that's the kind of strategy that you should adopt. Get into those stocks that will fill up, give you great returns over the long term as well, and speak to your financial advisors. But this is a great time to be invested in the India growth story and through Indian markets as well. That's what Mr. Patini really believes. But one stock that is on our radar in today's discussion is definitely the stock that most of you have been discussing, talking to us about on the social media, also writing to us about it as well. So we'll try and find those answers to Yes Bank. Yes, the beleaguered bank that has been once a big wealth destroyer for all those investors who've been holding this stock for a very long time because of the kind of financial troubles that the bank had to face, and the stock continuously kept on declining. But things seem to be changing, at least on the stock front for the bank. If we look at the last 2 months very closely, you will see that the stock has run up not 10, 20, but even 50% and beyond. So, Mr. Patini, help us really understand. Like in June, we were looking at Yes Bank at around 12 rupees. And today, Yes Bank stock is somewhere around 17, 18 rupees. On Friday, touched a record level of 52 level of 18.3. So what are the reasons behind this rally of Yes Bank?
Sakshi, if we observe the movements in Yes Bank, of course, you rightly said it was one of the high wealth destroyer in India. If anyone invested in the stock on the top of the price nearly 3-4 years back. But currently, there are interesting things that happened in past quarter. The board, there are new entrants are expected in the board, which is going to be a strong board in the days to come. And also the asset, the NPA levels, the NPA loan book, they are going to have it off in the coming days to the asset reconstruction company. That given a positive mood towards this stock, and the stock is the investors with a high risk appetite already discounted that stock. And what we witnessed on the markets is because of these positive indications in the stock has witnessed a rally in past, I can say in last 45 days. But one thing what we need to emphasize with respect to Yes Bank stock is there is a very good deposit growth, but the concerns are still there. Okay, still there are delinquency ratios are going up in the bank, and there are a lot of things need to be changed over a period of time, which is I don't expect to change overnight. But
yes,
is the stock to look forward in the next coming quarters. And right now, how the loan book they are going to increase, controlling the NPAs is the delinquencies is the very important thing for S Bank is concerned. But for the less risk appetite investors, I will say definitely no to the S Bank. But for the high risk appetite investors, probably they can look into the stock. But for the existing investors, those who are already invested long back, I can definitely say yes to them to hold on to the S Bank at this moment. But one thing,
Okay.
yeah, one thing we need to look into, banking is slightly becoming crowded. There is a lot of supply of paper is there. Also, that's the reason S Bank has to improve their fundamentals going ahead.
Right. So it has to improve the fundamentals. And that's exactly what my next question was, that while the stock has been moving up over the last 40, 45 days, you said, but are things really improving fundamentally for the bank as well? Because the stock may be in momentum, but whether or not, like you pointed out, that the deposit growth is there. So is that a parameter that one should look at positively? And what are the other things that you believe that you should be watching out for as an indication of things really turning for the better for the bank going forward?
Sakshi, as you rightly mentioned, okay, what are the key parameters that are turning in favor of S Bank? When we witness there is a positive growth in deposit means it gives a confidence to the investors. The depositors are coming back into the bank, which is a very positive indicator. But going ahead for bank, there are a whole lot of moving parameters, moving parts that leads the bank into the growth trajectory. Of course, what we witnessed is there is a phenomenal backup is that's coming from the economy. Economy is also supporting. There is a complete turnaround after COVID in the economy. The underlying picture, macro economic dynamics are helping the bank also. But going ahead, how the loan book and how they balance the delinquencies, these are the crux for S Bank going ahead. And the new board, how it's going to give a clear direction to S Bank is the important things I look forward before taking any decision on S Bank.
Right. So help me understand these 2 points of view. One, if somebody is a trader, wants to participate in the ongoing momentum that you're seeing in Yes Bank, what would you tell that trader?
They need to have a strict stop loss as a trader, definitely, because traders are just trying to take the advantage of the momentum in that particular stock. So we don't know when this momentum lasts for how many days. So for a trader, definitely they can have a strict stop loss around 15 to 14 rupees range. And if the price is violating, they need to book the stop loss and go for another momentum stock.
Okay. And what about for long term? Is it a long core portfolio stock that everybody keeps talking about, that you should have some stocks which are for your long term portfolio? Is it a stock in that kind?
Sakshi, I can't envisage S Bank as the long-term portfolio purely because as the fundamentals has to improve a lot. So it is a high risk proposition. Okay, I can say I can have some exposure in banking. Okay, if my risk appetite is extremely high with respect to my risk appetite and with respect to the investor own risk appetite, S Bank is going to be in their portfolio. If they don't have a high risk appetite level, it's not the stock to be in their portfolio.
Oh, and so much, Mr. Tony, for being with us on the show and all our viewers really understand as to how one really approached bank and markets overall. On the one, stock markets are put their record high. Yes, bank too had a part of been seeing a bull last 2 months, but clearly find for yourself where you're an investor of high risk capital, low risk capital, and looking at you should take a decision on Yes Bank. But it will be a stock that on your watch list. Being with us. Okay.
Sakshi, just a minute. Some disturbance is coming in the line. Probably at my side or your side. I don't know. Just a minute. Let me check my network settings.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible to you?
Yes.
Just give me a second.